So Shayne, tell me about the interview at the Club Med in those Harlequin suits.
Well, Dan, I got to Paris with my 20 bucks. And I called my old hotel from the airport, and the airport was deserted. It was 9:30 at night. And I asked for Daniel, the owner, and the guy said, he doesn't own this hotel, he's gone.
You were calling the Hotel Stella.
Yeah, the Stella on Monsieur le Prince. It was $1.25 a night for a room with a piano. Beautiful big room. And the last time I'd been there. So I said, well, can I come and stay? He said, we're decorating. We're not taking anybody. And he hangs up. So now I'm sitting at Orly with $20 and nowhere to go. I don't know where Daniel is. So what did I do? 2 minutes later, I picked up the phone, called the Stella again, and said, look, I love the smell of paint, I like ladders in my room, it's no problem. I just need a place to sleep tonight. And this is the wonderful thing about the French. They're totally unpredictable. Guy didn't know me from Adam. He said, come on in, we'll wait for you. And in I went, moved in, and the room wasn't even painted, unpainted, or it was just a nice fine room, and he just probably wasn't in the mood for guests that night. So I stayed there, and soon ran out of my $20, and I kept thinking, well, I'll borrow money from one of my friends, And every time I'd see my friends, I'd be too embarrassed to ask for money. So I'd end up walking home across Paris because I didn't even have metro tickets. I ate pretty well because I kept getting invited out, but I didn't even have metro tickets, imagine. So, and every morning I'd get up and I'd say, you got to go down to the Club Med and try and get a job as a yoga teacher, because I knew as I left Canada, a friend of mine said, what are you going to do in Europe? I said, I'm going to teach yoga for the Club Med. So I knew that. I had an intuition about that. But every morning I'd get up, you got to go down there, and the other one would say, no, you're not, just forget it. So days dragged down. I sold my camera to get a little money to pay for the hotel. I think I was there about 30 days in the hotel, just totally frozen there. And then one morning I woke up, today's the day. So I put on my Harlequin suit, which was all I had. Got in the bus, went over to Place La Bourse, where the club was. Where's the guy who hires the yoga teachers? Oh, 7th floor, do. So I go up to the 7th floor, and there's a little guy sitting behind the desk, kind of like Jean-Claude, that kind of guy. He says, who are you? I said, I'm your next yoga teacher. And nonplussed, he said, well, I don't need a yoga teacher. We're full up here at the club. Thanks anyway. So instead of leaving, I just stood there, It wasn't, my script was not working, there was something wrong here, I just stood there and looked at him. He says, well, I said, well, I had a strong hunch you had a job for me. And just then a girl walks in and says, here's a telex for you to do. And she puts it on his desk, and he picks up the telex. He says, wait a minute, I do need a yoga teacher. You ever been to Tahiti? Now, if anyone ever tells you I'm a smart guy, here's the proof I'm not. I turned down Tahiti. Can you imagine? He wanted to send me immediately to Tahiti to teach yoga. You know what I said to him? I don't want to go to Tahiti. It's all Americans there, The whole club's full of American women. I'm fed up with American women. All I thought about was pussy in those days. I said, I want to go to a club where there's European women, And he shook his head like, what a damn idiot you are, right? And he said, okay, I'm sending you to Agadir. It's a tough climate down there, but you asked for it. I'll send someone else to Tahiti. And that's how I ended up going to Agadir and getting cholera and all that. But I was such a smart guy.
You met Laura's mom down there.
That's right. I did meet the mother of my first daughter, so wonderful. No complaints. She was wonderful. Well, I got cholera, and I was so weak I couldn't get to the dining room. And this one of my students kept bringing me meals, and when I was sick when I was a kid, I was getting punished. It was a bad thing to get sick. And here was this nice person bringing me my meals. Totally platonic thing going on. But I was so touched by that we got attached, And when I got to Paris, I looked her up. Next thing I knew, I had my first child, Laura, an artist living in LA now.